Hello and a very warm welcome to episode 41 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast, a podcast about all things Hastings United. I'm your host Chris Labrick. On today's show, well, he's faster than a fighter jet, he shoots so hard he breaks the net. That's right, we have Lanre Azeez. He talks his career twists and turns and really loving Aggie's Hastings project. Also on the show, we have the return of a few very familiar faces amongst the regulars in our fan roundtable. Enjoy, Hastings fans. Well, let's all now bow down to Lanre Azeez.
I have the absolute privilege of talking. I will bow down.
No bowing.
Bow down to Lanre Azeez. Sir, with investigation, I've seen that you've got your former clubs are Ebbs. Please correct me if I'm wrong here. Okay, so your former clubs, HASTINGS United, yeah. Margate, Thamesmead, Maidenhead, Havant and Waterlooville, Merstham, Whiteleaf, Ashford, obviously Hastings and Welling United. Yeah, did I miss any out?
You didn't miss any. There was one that I went when I went to Greece. I was in Greece for a few months.
That's what I was going to say. That's you. You're nipping in front there. You see, I've got that little question. I'll talk about that in a sec. That's there you go. Yeah. So anyway, so you started playing for Ebbsfleet Academy, yeah? Yeah. And with my research here, I seem to see that a certain Craig Stone was around that club when you were in the first team, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. me and Stoney played together.
Oh, okay. He wasn't like you didn't get him washing your boots or anything.
No. I was earning my stripes then. He was one of the established ones playing at right.
Was it? Okay.
And then I came in playing on the wing. So yeah, we built a partnership over my second season there because I was a regular and so was he. So yeah.
What was that academy experience like?
It was really good. It wasn't obviously you're training every day. You're already getting better because you're just training constantly. Had some good coaches and you were really fit as well. So yeah, the standards were really good. And at that time, obviously, when you're able to try and get into the first team, there was a lot of progression. So yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. So, and you got no bad words to say about Craig Stone. You're not going to.
No.
Any embarrassing moments for him? No, nothing.
No, not yet. I'm gonna have to wait to see how if he says it. So.
It come about that you were chosen for London counties. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got chosen for that, I mean, what was that like? And also, did you get any like of the higher league clubs sniffing around you at that time?
Yeah, no, that was good. I think at the time I was playing. Maybe not Sunday League. I think I had a little stint at Cray Valley and the manager there had affiliations. He was the manager for London FA.
Okay.
So he brought me along as well and I was fortunate to play a year up. So
okay.
I think I was 16 playing with the under 18s. I was playing all over the place, sometimes out wide, right back, centre mid, like just getting experience. That was really good. And that helped my progression a lot. And sorry, what was the second part of that question?
Yeah, just if there was any clubs further up the leagues that were sniffing around you at the time.
I don't think there was. I think that came a bit later.
Yeah,
that came a bit later. I don't know. When you're younger, you don't really pay.
You just want to play football, innit?
Yeah, you just play. So that wasn't even on my mind at all.
Yeah, my sources tell me that you were over in Greece for a brief period.
I was, yeah.
How did that come about, and who was it that you were playing for?
How did it come about? Well, I wanted to get back into full-time football. I had a bad spell here where I just wasn't playing much, and I didn't think there was much here for me.
The FA stuff that we asked about, that was just before Ebbsfleet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought that was kind of during. I apologise. I thought that was during.
No. It was at around the same time.
Okay.
The same time, you're right. At the beginning of my
career.
Yeah.
So from 16, 17, 18, you then hit the first team, yeah?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that's how it happened. And at the same time, I was at uni so I think when I started uni, I stopped with the FA, and it was just Ebbsfleet.
Yeah. What were you studying at uni, by the way?
Business computing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just alongside it.
Always good to have a side thing.
That's what the parents said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think if I didn't have something else, I could focus more on football. It's like a bit of both, you know, when you have to try and keep a balance because you've got something else, so you can't go all out on one thing. So for me, it's bittersweet. Obviously, there was times where while I was at Ebbsfleet, I started hearing league clubs were interested.
Yeah,
but I think it kind of, some things didn't materialize where I'm thinking about education as well. Whereas if I didn't have anything else, that I could have just gone all out. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's parents, you know what they're like. I mean,
Yeah.
Not my mum and dad are like, if they don't do it, you get, so it's,
yeah.
You know, maybe that's a bit old school parenting. But,
that's the old school. I'm part of that, so you know.
Yeah, no, so same here. But my kids, all my kids are lovely. I love them. And I don't beat my kids. Anyone that's listening to the podcast, I don't beat my kids. Yeah, no social services, please. But yeah, sorry, we got. I've gone off on a tangent. Sorry, Lanre. But the experience we've got. So trying to get the timeline. So we Ebbsfleet. From Ebbsfleet, you went to
after Ebbsfleet was Maidenhead. You know what? I don't know myself. It's all a blur right now.
Yeah, no, that's all right. No, that's my fault. I should have all of the chronology, but I don't. I kind of well, let's just talk about. Let's go back to the Greece experience. Yeah, so you weren't enjoying your football over here. You've gone over to Greece I presume, for a bit of fun and also to love your football again. So just tell us about that.
Yeah, that was really good. I feel like I'm someone that likes a hot country as well. Greece was always hot.
Too hot. It's like 50 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, it was weird because I think when it gets to midday, they shut all their shops.
They do.
And then they come back out around like 4-ish. We would either train early in the morning or in the evenings to avoid the peak weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really good. Back training after being in like the non-league, and you go back and you play full time. You see the difference again, and the style of play is like European style. So as fast as this country is more, you got to use your brain a lot more. Yeah. I think like it just helped me develop like as a whole round footballer going out there.
Yeah.
But the only thing with there was at the time was really corrupt when it came to like payment and things like that. There was a lot of things going on where they wouldn't pay, or they'll say it's coming or it's not coming, or and it started to get messy, which was why I just thought, you know what, I'm here alone. I don't have anyone guiding me, and I didn't think it made sense down that route, so decided to come back.
Well, yeah, if you ain't getting paid, it's that's just
it's crazy because they had my for some reason, I don't know if
did I have your passport?
Yes, they had my passport at the club somewhere, and I was saying, okay, look, I want to leave, I'm ready to, and they were like, oh, basically we don't have it, like we can't find your passport, sort of thing. Not until I managed to get, so the agent that took me out there, he was still here, but he was Greek. So I think he spoke to someone, and fortunately they miraculously found my passport.
Yeah, bloody hell.
And let me off. But yes, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So which club was this anyway?
It was a club called Niki Volos.
Niki Volos, okay.
It was 2nd or 3rd division at the time.
Yeah.
And funny enough, we played I think they were 3rd division, and we played a 2nd division club in pre-season who liked me. And so the manager, instead of telling me, hasn't said a word. And I found out a couple of days later from one of the players. So when I asked him what's going on,
he
just pretended like he didn't know what I was talking about. So
blimey,
yeah, when that happened as well, and then the money situation, I just thought,
wow, time's up.
Yeah, this isn't going where it should. So yeah.
Oh my! That's sorry. Sorry to hear that. That's terrible. I mean, was that something that other players were suffering as well, or was it just the people that had come over from abroad?
Yeah, mostly the boys from abroad.
Yeah,
where you don't really know the language as well. You got taken
advantage of. Yeah, well, particularly as you would have been an even younger man. So
exactly.
You're very trusting when you're younger as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Crazy.
Well, there you go. Moving on, Lanre. We moved from corruption in European football to your time at Maidenhead and Havant and Waterlooville, right?
Yeah.
What was that standard like?
The standard was, I would just say it was okay. You didn't get a lot of teams like Hastings where you pass the ball as much as we would pass the ball. It was, I'd say, there was a more of a structure to it, like a we have it, you have it sort of thing. But a lot more like a Route 1, and then you play in the final third sort of thing. But the quality was still good. There were a lot of good players around. But at the time, that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. So it's hard for me to compare. I can compare a little bit now, but at the time it's just what it was. It was just the way football was at the time. I didn't know any other kind of football.
Yeah. At that point, Lanre, had you settled into being an attack, a winger? Had you settled into that role?
Yes, yeah. Because in the youth team at Ebbsfleet, I was 10. As you get into men's football, they don't really play with 10s. So then I've got pushed out wide. So in my first season at Ebbsfleet, I was kind of learning how to be a winger. In the second season, I feel like I nailed it down. So from there, I would have said if I was going to a club, I'd say I'm a winger. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And like, obviously we're on that subject. We're on the subject of, like Maidenhead. Yeah. I mean, are you looking forward to visiting them? Like, have you got anyone at the club that you're still in contact with? You know?
Yeah. The kit man.
All right. Yeah. They tend to not go anywhere. Go on.
Yeah. He's still there. He's still going strong. He was a really nice man.
Yeah.
And a couple of the players I know are still there as well. So it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Right. On the subjects of other clubs you've played in, right? Now, so you've played in a few sides that have been in Hastings League, like Whiteleaf and Ashford. Like, did you? Because my records aren't great on this, but did you ever play in any of those sides against Hastings?
Yeah. When I was at Whiteleaf, I played against Hastings, home and away.
Yeah. And at that time, what did you think of Hastings? Like when you were coming up as an opponent, what did you think? What was? Because obviously this is pre-Aggie, so
yeah. The first time I played away, so we came to Hastings. The clue, I just thought, this is just going to be another one of those games, but I think we got absolutely smashed, and we couldn't believe it. We could not believe it. It was so different. But when I was at Whiteleaf, when we had a smaller pitch and you guys came there, it was easier for us to contain you guys and we could play on the counter a bit more. But it was always, when you knew you were playing Hastings, it was always like, oh, like you have to make sure you're ready. So
yeah,
it's good to be part of the actual Hastings team.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like, yeah.
So how did your move come about when you came to us? Yeah. How did that move come about? Like, and did you know Aggie before thinking of joining the club?
Aggie messaged me a couple times. Like in the off season.
Tapped you up. Come on.
No, in the off season.
No tapping up. Okay.
No tapping up. He'd always see what I was doing, like where I was trying to go, and where I was a bit younger as well. I've always wanted to, even now, always wanted to play as high as I can.
Yeah.
So I was always saying, "Oh, 7-day came out from now. Hastings, try and go here and go there." And at the time, thankfully, Aggie always kept in touch. The Ashford team was going to get as far as I think they would. When I was at Ashford, I decided to take up the offer and come to Hastings.
Oh, cool. I mean, when you saw Aggie, I mean, how did he sell the club, like, and ambitions of promotion? How did he sell that to you?
Everything, like from the staff to the way things are run behind the scenes to the kind of people that he's trying to get into the club. Like, everyone's singing off the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
And no egos, which is hard to find in a football dressing room. And yeah, everyone with the same mindset to that promotion is the goal. And as a player, you always want to try and win something. So,
oh yeah, must be.
And if you've got a manager that's saying that he's ready to win it, you know, a lot of managers say they're going from promotion or playoffs, but I just felt like Aggie really meant it.
English Jose, mate. English Jose, Aggie.
Literally. He even takes the time out to, with other players individually, and say, "Oh, do better," and things like that. So he was showing me all of that, and it was a no-brainer. It's just I had to come. I had to.
Yeah. Excellent. What about the fan base? Did he sell the fan base as well?
Oh yeah, he used to say how many people you'll be playing in front of, like every time you're at home, and just how amazing, like how loud it is, like that he was just telling me I'd enjoy it 100%. So yeah, no, he did sing everyone's praises, everybody's.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So, like, it's many of us fans that we don't have great memories of the result, right? But one of our great standout memories of you, there's a few. I remember that one you put that one in for Daniel to score. You know that one he uses on his Twitter. Have you seen that one? You know Daniel Azeez, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? Oh no, he saves that one on my left foot one, doesn't he? No.
Oh, that left foot one that was crazy.
That was very good, David. Right, but I love that one that you did. There's two, but we're going to talk about the other one. But I need to it's reminded me. Do you remember that one when you crossfield ball, you run onto it, you've put this absolute pearl of a cross in for Daniel Azeez to put in. Do you remember that one?
I remember, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I nearly had a heart attack with that goal because it was just, oh my God, magnifique.
Thank you. That was...
But we do love you in Hastings, right? So, but this is another one. So this was a game that we have a bad memory from, but this is a piece of individual stuff from yourself. So there was a great standout memory of it was the playoff semi-final, and it was you'd got the ball down, great. You were doing your magic down the wing. I actually can't even remember who scored, right? But you put a cross in, and we got a goal. Like, it was a great moment from you, but obviously we lost the game. But have you got any memories like Pilot Field, 1,000+ fans there? from that night?
From that night, I think, it was the whole occasion. Like, it was such a big occasion that the feet, like even just thinking about it now, I can feel being there again. Like everyone, you could feel the nerves, you could feel it. It was a special game to be in, and yeah, it was just disappointing the way it ended. Really, I think, I don't know, just one mistake, and they were in.
Yeah. But it's the bit I don't remember any of that. I remember your run. Yeah, the rest of it, it's no, none of that happened. That didn't happen. What after that? The season after that was an incredible season. Like, and we would have gone up if it wasn't for obviously COVID. Yeah, we would have been promoted. But what was that season like for you? Like in terms of, I thought so many things clicked. I mean,
yeah, I think I say it all the time. I think when I'm traveling up and we've got a home game, I felt like we're already 1-0 up before it's even started. We're 1-0 up. Like the atmosphere, the fans, the way it would be rocking beforehand. Teams had no chance. Like, I'm not even trying to be horrible or anything, but they just had no chance coming to the field on that season. We were just that good. Like you said, everything clicked. Everyone was at it every game. And again, like our luck in those 2 seasons was just, even the 3rd season, even last season.
Yeah,
it's been mad.
Well, we'll talk about this season in a second. So. Like you, whether you know it or not, yeah, you are a fan favorite, yeah, and like we do love you here, yeah. And are you even aware of that?
I feel like the fans they love everyone. Do you know what I mean? I don't see it as
politician answer there.
No, seriously, I don't see it as they love me more. I just feel like when everyone's got it, the support is crazy. I see everyone cheering for everyone. I just didn't. But as you say it now, maybe it's going to open my eyes up a bit more. But I don't even like to think of it like that either, to be honest. Just keep focused, and then we enjoy it. Yeah.
You're too nice, Lanre. You're sort of so obviously COVID ruined our season, and you got the opportunity to move on. So how did the opportunity for Welling come along? Because they're like National South, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's like, is that 2 or 3 divisions higher?
I think it's 2.
Two divisions, yeah. Yeah. How did that come about? And how was your time there? Like, what was it like there?
I was just in contact with the manager at the time, Bradley Quinton. And he said to come down for pre-season. He was saying that his coaching staff have been keeping an eye. Just come down so he can see properly. And we just took it from there, really. Had a good pre-season. And they had a good coach at the time. His name is Maz. I don't know if you know him, Maz.
Maz.
No. Yeah, okay. Mahrez Betash. Yeah, but he's a really good coach. Where is he now? Do you know a YouTube? They used to have be a YouTube team called Rising Ballers.
Oh, yeah. Is he like a host there in that?
He's the coach. He was their manager was our coach. So he would put on drills for us, like really profile drills. So yeah, the players were really good. It was a nice environment, but we just didn't really gel as a team. It was like a completely new team, and
too many new players, was it?
Just too many, yeah. Just too many new players, not able to get it going. That's really what it was.
We're over the moon that you've come back, but like, how did that opportunity come about? Was it Aggie just a few messages here and there. I'll come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Mate, come back.
He just making seeing how I was, how things were going, and when he's seeing I'm not playing, just seeing what my options were again. Really, yeah.
Well, so like you did come back.
Yeah.
You're obviously you're working your way back up to full fitness and full game time. Yeah. I mean, where do you see this season going?
I don't know if I should be saying this.
Come on.
No, I think we're gonna go all the way, to be honest.
So Wembley as well. Oh my God! I'll quote you. Wembley
That's
as well.
You said that, not me. You said that. But no, in the league, I think we'll go all the way. There's a lot. I think there's a lot more firepower. We're not in our team. We can do more now. That being said, there is a lot more quality in the league as well. Before maybe there's 2 or 3 teams fighting. There might be 5 or 6 now.
Yeah.
So I think it will be hard, but I think we'll just have enough. Just have enough.
Nice one. So, have you got any messages to the fans at Hastings? Have you
a message? First of all, I love the song. I don't know my song that you've all done for me. I know it off the top of my head. My girlfriend knows it. She might.
She starts it off.
Yeah,
she says if we don't sing it, that she's going to beat us. So we have to. No.
So I appreciate that a lot. We all appreciate your support. It's not that even if you don't see us showing it all the time, we really do see it. Like, we appreciate it so much, and that's what's going to get us over the line. So we might, in football, sometimes you go through rough spells, but just stick with us. We'll get it right, 100%.
Excellent. All right. Yeah. Listen, Lanre, thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, and really good luck from everyone for Saturday.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And for the rest of the season.
Are you up for a bit of trick or trivia? Do you have the pumpkins to play this scary Halloween quiz, even if it is hosted by everyone's favourite drummer, George Gasson? If you are, the Hastings United Independent Supporters Club are laying on our Halloween quiz. It's on the 29th of October, doors open 6:30, ice down 7pm, £3 a person. It's at the Pilot Bar. Come on, it'll be a lot of fun. Go to our website, husupporters.club, or email us info.huisc@gmail.com, or contact this podcast to get your tickets. You say you need a plumber? You also want them to be members of the finest team in Sussex, if not the world? Well, it's not a monster, it's G&S Mechanical Services for all your plumbing needs, covering all the South East, even Whitehawk. Give that man Gary Elphick a call on 07793 125 571. That's 07793 125 571. You won't be sorry. And now over to our fan roundtable. Thanks to Flat White Andy, Leon, Robbie, and birthday boy Smithie for making it happen. Sir, come on. Leon and Robbie haven't got all night here, sir.
We did say 7:45. It's 7:45, isn't it?
No,
48.
7:48.
Oh, dear. Sorry.
That's a shooting offence, to be fair.
I came up at 7:30, and then when I saw it at 7:45, I went back downstairs again and started looking at mountain bike tyres with Laura. So we got a bit...
I bet you got a bit frisky.
Exactly.
A bit frisky looking at mountain bike tyres.
It's as good as it gets at our age, I tell you. That's the closest we get to a bit of rubber wear.
Oh. Andy's come back hot. But who we do have for this round table this evening, we have the wonderful returning Leon. Hello, Leon.
Good evening. Hello, how are you doing?
Not bad at all, sir. We have Robinti, Robbie Chaser Lino down.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah, Robbie. We have the returning Flat White Andy. He's come back from holiday to bless us with his presence.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And we have hopefully a 1 year older Smithie. Is Smithie on?
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah. There you go. You've
Better.
you've unmuted yourself. Well done, sir. Right. Let's crack on. A mixed bag of a week, starting with a massive disappointment in Maidenhead. Who wants to crack into that first off?
Probably have to be somebody who went to the game, I would suggest, Robbie.
yeah. I usually start, so I was letting someone else start, but I'll happily review it if you like.
Yes, sir.
So I think, firstly, it was a very joyous away day. Bit good to see so many away faithful travelling, and obviously a really good atmosphere build up to the game. So that's a good start. We weren't allowed our drumming, annoyingly, but more on the so-called lovely hosting of Maidenhead later. Game itself, though, it's hard to explain really. I could take positives, but was focused on them. They went wrong first. We could tell they're a full-time team. We weren't. There was a couple of players who just looked to struggle to keep up the pace of the game. I was like, TC looked infinitely fit. He got bullied out of the game. Sammy Adams, especially in the second half, looked a bit off the pace. He couldn't seem to be winning much in midfield. Hazard didn't have one of his greatest games. He misplaced a few passes, and they punished us each time they picked up a loose pass. Kenny caused a bit of trouble, but even he struggled to really get a foothold in the game to the goal. It's one of those. I reckon again, if we played like that against a team at our level, we'd have caused him trouble, but we weren't at our best. And a team 3 leagues above you, they're going to punish him. Exactly what they did. But early mistake pass punished us. So, I can't remember how the second goal go in. I can't actually remember off the top of my head how the second goal went in. Pretty sure
It was a long shot, wasn't it? Like 20 yards out from a corner or something like that.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. Again, I don't think we cleared it. Probably did. We just let them come right back at us. We had some lovely hope. Kenny, obviously, just see what it goes, but again, he's in great form. Got a goal. Lovely finish. Sent away fans mental. And then the rest decided he wanted the bigger team to win the second half and decided to overrule his line for no reason for a stonewall offside. Even if someone doesn't know the rules of football, that was offside. And the ref overruled it for no reason, gave Maidenhead their third goal. And that just killed us off. They had the professionalism and the fitness just to see it out. And we tried, but we weren't our best, to be honest.
Adam, Smithie, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, just more on what Robbie said. I think it probably was a step too far. They didn't let us play our game. And I'd like to think that their game plan was to shut us down from playing our game rather than they were just better. I think they knew what they were doing. And just we couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some positives to take, I thought. I thought Azeez's second half performance, he's hungrier than I've ever seen him since his return. And he did have a couple of good runs that caused a little bit of trouble down the wing, but they dealt it well. And I was quite impressed by Dicko, actually. I thought, because he sometimes goes a bit unnoticing from the defence, but he seemed to be one of our better midfielders, in my opinion, because he seemed to be, he didn't hit a couple of balls. I could be wrong, but he didn't seem to lose the ball as much as the other midfielders, so I thought he's one of our strong performers. So there were small positives to take, and obviously we weren't battered. It could have quite Hastings 3-4 years ago we lost that 7-0. Yeah. So definitely positives to take.
Yeah, I mean, with Dicko, I felt he was like one of the players that their heart didn't go down. He just carried on. I think I think if it wasn't for people like his little performance there, I think we could have lost by quite a few. I think he carried that midfield somewhat in a game where we were not winning. We just that third goal when that third goal went in, it was done. And even from the substitutions when we put Freddie Legg on, and it was just, and yeah, as Smithie said, it did feel like a step too far, but it was a fun away day. George was quite it was quite ingenious of George to get the bin
and the hoarding.
Well, I don't know about I don't know what all that was about, but with the drum, we didn't have a drum. Just so anyone who is listening didn't know, so George made do with one of the very large bins that they have, which worked for a while until it was confiscated.
I think we need to point out that we didn't have a drum because we weren't allowed to bring it in because it was dangerous.
Yeah, stage 1 of their fantastic hosting.
They considered it dangerous.
Yes.
Oh,
that was the line. That was what I got told by. I can't remember who was bringing the drum in, but yeah, that was the line that they were told with it.
Well, if Kev Towner's playing the drum, it is dangerous. Yeah. because there's no rhythm there at all. But no, well, that's bizarre. I thought it was just that you weren't allowed instruments at a game, and that was it for that level. Not
You
that they
tell
were
that to
dangerous.
the trumpet man at an England game, then.
It varies from stadium to stadium. As far as I'm aware, every stadium gets to pick their own rules in terms of instruments. But I don't actually know the official line these days. It changes it every now and then with the FA. As long as you're old boy, got some money, you can do what you want. But so, who knows? Yeah, the goddamn FA.
2 takeaways I have is that 10-minute period we had just after Kenny scored a wonderful goal, where I think all of us thought, you never know, we kind of could have been out, they could have been out of sight, but we've nicked a goal, possibly might get back into this. That 10-minute period is the bit I'm going to remember anyway.
That was a good period. That was the hope was there. Everyone was properly singing, mental, making noise, and we generally we felt like we might have got a second there. I think we had a couple of half chances we could have capitalised on.
Didn't Sammy Adams have a chance? Was it Sammy or was it Dave Martin? I can't remember if he had like a little one-on-one with the keeper. I mean, it was all a bit desperate, but you never know if that goes in. You were quite nice. Yeah, you were quite nice to the linesman for a period, about a 10-minute period, Robbie.
They had too much go at those liners. There was a ref I didn't like on Saturday because he overruled the offside. The liners tried his hardest to help us. The ref just didn't know what he was doing.
But then we move on to hospitality. Now, hospitality-wise, I thought the place was really nice to begin with. The bar was a nice little bar. That they all seemed very friendly. Stewards as well. Give us a hand when we were moving Kev up. The little bit that we had to do was very helpful. But it was after the game that it all went a bit pear-shaped. I mean, who wants to speak about that? Out the ones that were there.
Well, at half time as well, because obviously at high level, our beers at either end of the pitch, obviously, which is standard for a high level. I understood that. So, half time, we better have some half time Jaeger bombs, keep us going. Give me a Jaeger. Who does not have Jaeger? It's outrageous. But after the game, we were all
2 bottles of water, wasn't it? 2 bottles of water and a Jaeger bomb. Wasn't that what you had?
My official order was 3 bottles of water and 8 Jaeger bombs was the order. But it didn't. Anyway, the main issue was after the game, because obviously we're like, we'll shout, we'll curse, we'll have a bit of fun during the game. But afterwards, we love to go talk to the home fans or away fans, go have a beer with them to see their support of the game. And one person from Maidenhead decided no Hastings fans are welcome in their bar, so they banned us all 200 of us. Like, no, you're not welcome. Okay, no explanation, just yet you're not welcome. Told us to get out. So that they cost themselves a good at least couple of thousand, because all of us would have had at least one drink. So credit to Billy and Pat. They took us to a pub around the corner, got around him, and we just had a nice drink at a pub around the corner and toted the game with a couple of Maidenhead fans who agreed we were poorly treated, and they could have a drink with us in a pub.
Yeah, that was very odd. Very odd. I mean, it was that they said to Steph, "Oh no, you can come in, but just all the rest of you can't." And it's like, well, no. If all of us aren't going in, then I ain't going in, and I don't understand. There was no trouble between the fans. We were actually chatting with Maidenhead fans during the game, during half time, before the game started. There was no. I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I would have understood if it's like a controversial, like handball, Bunners and win, and we'd pitch invaded to celebrate something. But no, we were 99% of us were really well behaved.
And then there was you.
I was actually, I think El Presidente backed me up here. I was quite well behaved on Saturday, bar a couple of things I shouted at the ref.
Robbie has been unusually well behaved all season, to be fair.
I have, thank you.
Well, you've got Wenger glasses on you, Ab Smithie.
Yeah. I only see the best in Robbie.
Dropped, which has made me look better.
Probably, actually, Rob. Yeah, don't put yourself down though. Cut that bit out.
All right. But
so when Danny was playing for Man United, the team around him was so bad at the time, it made him look good. That's me, my behaviour.
But it was a nice touch from Billy to take us all for a beer. He did say a few choice words to the Maidenhead people about their ridiculous decision. So it was actually, because none of us were because we kind of knew when it went 3-1 that the game was done. Like there wasn't any bad feeling at all, which is why it was such a peculiar decision to then say we can't have a quick beer in the bar. But it was nice to, you know, actually get Billy to put his hand in his pocket. I'm sure he'll claim it back on tax or that.
I'll come back through
Did anyone get a photo? Did anyone get a photo of it?
Well, that's 7.5 million he's going to get. So,
He'll come back on happy with that comment.
But yeah, any other thoughts on Maidenhead, guys?
I think we've just got to take away how many fans travelled was a massive positive. And I know it tends to happen if you have a run in the cups, but we need those people that bother travelling to start coming to the league away games and properly get behind the team.
Even I made it.
You did. It shocked us all. the atmosphere that was created at that game is created at every game. And the more people that come and stand behind a goal and stand around the ground, the better it is. I mean, without sort of moving too much onto last night, you could see how many Hastings fans were there last night compared to the home fans. It's just such a good thing to see.
Right, moving on. If we've got no more, let's move on to, I think the only person that might have been at the women's game was Robbie.
Yeah, I was there.
I was there as well.
Hey, yes,
Yeah.
Leon's there as well. Excellent.
Yeah, it's my,
So we've got
my
two
first
people.
women's game as well, actually. So
I was there.
it's good to get to one.
Well, Leon, if it's because it's the first one you've got to, please tell us what your takeaway from it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the standard would be like. So yeah, like I say, it's my first game, but from what I saw, I think Bexhill were obviously up for it, being a local derby, and I thought they defended quite well. I don't think Hastings were at their best, really. I think there's quite a few sort of sloppy passes. I don't know, I've sort of like first 2/3 across the pitch, they looked decent, and that final third, they just didn't have that sort of killer pass. But and then in the second half, the keeper made a good save, and I think that was sort of like the turning moment of the game. And a good header won it for him in the end. But it was good atmosphere. Obviously, Bexhill brought a few up there, which probably helped. But no, I enjoyed it. So
Good.
all good.
Who got the goal in the end?
Oh, good question. It
was Mia Highland.
Mia.
Highland.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, she impressed me. Yeah, early on in the game, I thought she looked pretty decent.
Excellent.
I say pretty much agree with you there. I think we weren't at our best, but Bexhill didn't let us play it. They were really well coached. They didn't let us play. They controlled large parts of the games because they seemed to know how to play us, and they were really up for it. And because they know how much, obviously, they want to be scale of Hastings, 100% in the league, or top of the league unbeaten, sorry. And they wanted to end that, and they came very close to doing it. It really troubled. She mentioned that great save from Blair in the second half. Where it was one-on-one. Good goal across well, lovely save, pushed it wide, and then she caught a goal with a lovely ball at the top, a classic Route 1 in the box from Blair, header straight in. Lovely, got a little bit of Route 1. But yeah, I say all the women's games I've been to, probably the second most enjoyable, apart from when we won the league last season. I actually, the atmosphere and the tension of it, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, and I enjoyed that game more than a couple of 9-0s I've seen while we just trounced the opposition.
Oh, that's good. Excellent.
You are right there, because with the amount of big score lines, it does get a bit like, oh, okay, they've won now. This is just how many it's going to be. But as for entertainment, it has been the most entertaining game this season by a long way.
You went as well, Smithie?
I was in the box, wasn't I?
Yeah, we took phone calls and everything. Do the game. It was like a live radio host. The pilot field.
Never heard of airplane mode?
Honestly, it's on Do Not Disturb. I don't get text. Any other message or anything doesn't come through apart from the phone.
Who would dare call you during a game?
Now Robbie knows that happens, and he decides to do it.
Oh, bless you.
I'm easily amused, all right? I'm very easily amused, and I found out I could do that.
I'm just going to have to block your number.
They were the first person.
Good thing it wasn't an embarrassing ringtone.
Yeah.
Imagine like in between is Leona Lewis, something like that.
Right then, boys. Well, moving on now to what was last night, as in Tuesday's game, which was Hythe. Who wants to crack on about that first?
Well, Andy hasn't spoken yet, so we pass the floor to the flat white.
Yes, his return from his adventures.
Well, yes, fresh off a ferry. It was, I was glad to go actually, because it was gave some point to my return. Has to be said. I was already suffering from seasonal affective disorder, and so the game, even that had to sort of felt a bit knackered, but it was good to go because just gives you a lift, doesn't it? Gives you a lift. It was interesting. Got my debut behind the goal. I was morally obliged to go behind the goal because Adam gave me a lift, so I had to go behind. Couldn't take up my usual position up the side. First half was a struggle, wasn't it? Painful. It was almost, I don't know, Hythe. They were much better than we expected, weren't they? Their midfield was really tidy, and we just couldn't get a grip of the midfield for the whole game. There was just something. Someone said it was a bit of a hangover, wasn't it? And we were going long a lot. Even Louis was taking long kicks, and that was all a bit strange. And also, when you're missing TC and Ben Pope, then that takes quite a lot out of the team up front as far as the sort of holding the ball up and the dynamism goes. So it kept on pinging straight back. Kenny didn't have a good half. Well, no one did, frankly, until we just got that bit of luck towards the end.
Hand of God.
Indeed. And the bloke with his swallow dive and batting the ball away. And he probably was shoved a bit, but there's no need to slap the ball.
He definitely was shoved, but he had no need to have his arms out like that. I thought, obviously, you know me, I'm biased as hell. And he was definitely pushed there. But you're right, he had no reason to have his arms out.
Yeah, so he cooked his own goose, really. And then... a bit of ranting and raving, but he wasn't going to change his mind, was he? And that really, really was.
That line was good. I always said through the whole game that line was great. Never doubted him.
No, fake news, Robbie.
And it was our get out of jail free card, wasn't it? And it definitely deflated them. And well, you said when you came past the dugouts on the way back round after half time that everybody was in a pretty sour mood, weren't they? So they'd obviously been given what for at half time. And well, Hythe had to chase the game a little bit. That ball broke nicely for Sammy Adams and Kenny Pogue after we'd sort of gone ding dong for a bit. And Adams's goal was such a good goal. Yeah, nice. The way Pogue took the man away and allowed Adams to keep it and just curl it into that corner. That was a lovely goal. And then Hythe were done at that point, I think, which was, I felt a bit sorry for them, which is a bit of a stupid thing to say. Do you know what I mean? Nothing fell for them, and it fell for us. But the reason a lot of things fell for us was because they just never stopped. I mean, Dixon didn't play brilliantly, but he never stopped. And Hasler didn't play brilliantly first half, but he got the penalty and then got better and better and better. And by the end of the game, he was just like a ball magnet. And it was really, really, I like him a lot, actually. I really like him a lot now. Now he's settled in and he can run games at that level. And of course, the ball bobbling in front of Kenny for him to lob it over the keeper was just the icing on the cake, wasn't it? So it was good, but it was a win born out of keeping going, and they got the reward for keeping going. Hythe were a bit unlucky, but we really deserved it in the end for keeping going, I thought. And the quality at the end was lovely. Can't wait to see the two videos of the two goals, actually.
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
Nice, yeah.
Anyone else?
I just want to say about the linesman with the penalty. It was actually hilarious that the players were going over to him, and the lino was saying to every one of them, "I didn't see it. There's no point talking to me. I didn't see it." And they're all sort of saying to him, "Oh, but you saw this, you saw that," and he's like, "Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't see it." He was a total bottle job with it. I mean, how could he not see it? He's staring right at it. But they continue going over. And even Kenny kept going over to the lino to make sure he didn't change the decision. I'm shouting at Ken he ain't going to do nothing. He didn't see it. He just wouldn't leave it alone.
It was a funny pen because, even if he was pushed, it looked like he actually tried to just catch the ball.
Yeah.
It did look like that, which was, You shouldn't do that as a defender in your penalty box. It's not a good idea.
But do you reckon if we didn't have that?
Was exaggerated drive, wasn't it? It's dive, wasn't it? Not, did the big arm thing to almost prove that he'd been pushed. And
arm straight into the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you reckon if we didn't have such an away support behind the goal, the ref might not have given it? Because the second it hit his hand, we would have made quite a bit of noise because there was at least a good 20 of us under the stanchion going shouting, screaming, handball. And we know rest at this level, that makes the decision seem a lot more handball-y, for want of a better term.
Well, I think you're implying that the refs are influenceable there, Robbie. I don't know about that.
I do tend to agree with you. They do hear and we do make a noise. You know, you call for things that do look a bit dubious, and you get it. You know, it's happened a couple of times this season, not just with penalties, with corners, with all sorts. You shout and you get it.
I can't remember what game it was. Was it? It was 1 or 2 nil. We had a bit of a soft penalty in the second half, and I think we caused it there. I think it's one.
Wasn't that Ashford? Wasn't that Ashford penalty?
No, was it Dunstable?
Oh, Dunstable.
One penalty in the second half, I'm pretty sure. And then it was a bit. It might have been Ashford. No, Ashford was a high boot. It was one where the.
Yeah.
The box. It was one of those 50-50 tackles, but because D. Smith down and made such an uproar, made it seem more like a penalty. And I don't think it would definitely have an influence because we definitely made a ruckus the second that hit his arm. We were making sure the ref knew it hit his arm.
Okay, so anyone else on Hyde?
Other than that, just adding on with the 2 goals, absolute quality from Sammy Adams. Just the time, the awareness to just slow it down, wait for the run of Kenny, and just pick his spot. Just quality.
Yeah, it was good. And Leon,
I was just impressed how they sort of last 5 minutes. Obviously, it was 3 up, seeing the game out, but the amount of pressure he put on Hyde. I mean, to be fair to Hyde, they passed it around quite well out into the midfield, but we just didn't give them a sniff. Made it so hard. You sort of think maybe they might put the foot off the gas a little bit, but even sort of 90th minute going to injury time, there's still Kenny, Sam, Dicko was still right up, right in their faces. Not letting get a sniff. Sort of stuck out.
Yeah, go on, hang on. I'll just give my take, Robbie. I don't want to hear you all the time, mate. Right. No, I would just say it was such a contrast to the first half. Where the first half, I thought we were just we weren't even at the races. If we'd been playing a better team, I mean, I really do feel sorry for Hive. It's obviously not going well for the club in terms of finance, and this just rubs it in. Where if they'd have nicked a goal, I think we would have lost. I don't think we would have come back with that first half performance. I just thought we were so off it. Whatever reason, be it the hangover from our cup defeat or whatever, me and George were by the dugouts. I've just Andy alluded to it though, and we were. I don't know. I saw George couldn't get through. I didn't really want to be by the dugout, but we were just listening, and Aggie was absolutely losing it. They were not happy, and obviously words were said because that it was a different half, wasn't it? Second half, so which is good. We got away with it. We held out, and then our little bit of quality shone through, didn't it? Really, because with 2 absolute peachy goals. I did like Kenny's goal best, though. I have to say, I did jump up and down and run around with that one.
Who doesn't have a Kenny goal?
Guy, he just can't stop scoring.
No, he's up to 3rd highest goal scorer.
Craig Stone could have had a hat-trick at the end, all within 30 seconds. Header cleared off the line, shot cleared off the line, deflected out for a corner.
He's saving it for a big game. He's saving it for the FA Trophy final. He rocked in a header at Wembley, to bring home the glory. Yeah,
the attitude when James Hull came on, there was one interesting moment where I think it was Dave Martin, or I can't remember who didn't quite manage to get the cross across, and Hull was in making the run into the box, and he was absolutely livid when it didn't come in for him to have his chance to score his goal, even though it was already 3-0. I thought that was a good little cameo to see him come on and just. It's quite interesting watching the corners from there, watching someone like him of that age and that experience still mixing it in there with that lot, and that's a really good sign to see someone come on and able to mix it, because that's not a place for the faint-hearted. Those penalty areas when those balls come in, and he looks good in there, and that's another one off the rank, which is brilliant.
That's a good point, actually, Andy, because obviously you're not normally behind the goal, so we're all used to what goes on.
I found that side of it fascinating. Watching the way, I down in the middle of the pitch, I see the way that Craig Stone just never stops moving people in the way that Ryan Worrell does as well. Actually, when he's doing that role, running around in front of the back four, and it was really fascinating for me to watch from that angle, just for a change. Actually, yeah, it was really interesting to see those little bits like that, which was different to what I see when I'm down the side
in the corporate wing. Yeah,
absolutely, yes, yeah.
Prawn sandwich and sparkling water. Who gets sparkling water in the football, man? Sparkling water. I was furious.
I'll let the standards drop. I did say.
Yeah. Actually, to add on that point, what I loved was when it was 3-0, we had a clear corner. The line of missed flag for a goal kick. Ref overruled him. But he can't let it go. No, he went up to Nino. What game are you watching? How did you give that a goal kick? Even though it had already been overruled. We were 3-0 up. He cared so much he wanted to pop up the lino, which, me, with my lino abuse, I loved it.
Yeah.
What was it? He said if it comes off a red shirt, it's a corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was his line.
What, guys? Anything else on Hythe?
Wait to see Worrell start a game after his injury layoff.
Yeah.
Lanre did he get 90 minutes or did he get subbed? So he got about
subbed,
70 minutes.
Yeah,
77.
Needs more games. Needs something to needs a goal, doesn't he? Needs a goal.
It'll come. We were missing TC, Pope, Elphick, and Dawes last night. It's 4 players arguably walking to our best team.
Yeah.
So our squad was tested, and it was good to see him start. It was good to see we've got young players coming on. Bates and they came on. I think we'll see more of them this season. So I think it's really good. We're starting to see a bit more depth in our squad, which is always good. And I think it's the first real test of our squad this season. Because where we had injuries and we've had Tuesday, Saturday for apart from Amsterdam, feel
that's a really
not going to change.
Really good point. They dug that out. It's going to get worse with the league games stacking up, isn't it? A pretty good point. The way if you think about the players that we're missing, and I think we said this before, if you've got a squad of 15 and you don't really raise your eyebrows, no matter who's picked, then you're in a really good situation. If you see if 11 out of 15, whichever 11 turns out, it doesn't really bother you, then that's a really good sign.
It's also a good sign that it wasn't our best performance and we come away with 3 points.
Absolutely.
Sign of a team. Hopefully, we'll be lifting the trophy at the end of the season.
Ooh.
Oh, I love Leon. That's what I want to hear. Yeah. See, if we had George on here, it'd be we ain't going.
Oh yeah, he'll bet against us. Outrageous.
Bloody. Anyway.
That's why he's trying to get himself banned this season. He thinks if he gets himself banned and get out of the bet.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
No, if any money's won, it's going on around for everyone. So we'll see.
Oh, what a guy! What a guy!
Well, I don't think he's going to give me it. So, yeah.
Well, and to be fair, the chance of us being on the game is also a bit shaky.
No, that's harsh. That's harsh.
I love how you went 2 away days in a row, and I'm still ripping into it for missing a couple. And I'm missing one in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to get. I'll be fully expecting it.
Oh yeah, you're Ashford. Is it the other Ashford game?
Corinthians away.
I've just been. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're allowed to miss a game. Just been reminded. I have to just make a small point here because Mr. Wills isn't here. So I was going to say it while he was here, but anyway. So we were playing Hythe, yeah, and he was banging on about how good Hythe were, and I'm thinking no, they're average. Because I was thinking they've played about the same games as us, maybe 1 more, 2 more. I don't think they've got more points. And he said, no. And we're driving, and he thought we were playing Herne Bay. and we were driving. That was the worry because me and his son were in the car. And we were worried he had put the sat nav to Herne Bay, so we had to check on what direction of the road we were going in, which was quite amusing. But he said, "Oh, okay, I thought we were playing Herne Bay."
You gotta love it.
He's a special man. But
so he survived the diversion on the way back then. No, he didn't end up in the middle of Omni Marsh.
He was dropping his son off in Canterbury in the end anyway, so he didn't get back till about 1 a.m. So maybe he went via Herne Bay. I don't know.
Why not? I don't know what the good residents of Hythe would think about being mixed up with Herne Bay, but they might have something to say about that.
Exactly.
They got a big Aldi, haven't they? I know, we know that. Wasn't that Aldi big?
Oh, what big Aldi.
Oh, this podcast has taken a turn, hasn't it? It's shocking.
This is the consumer section.
Who has the best Aldi at away games?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was very roomy. The Aldi was very roomy, wasn't it? For an Aldi.
Was huge. It was huge.
Huge.
Aldi or Aldi?
Still better than our one in Orr, we said, didn't we?
It's true. Do you buy sparkling water in Aldi, Andy?
I would never buy sparkling water, really. No. It's just sort of trying to be off the booze a little bit. I'm trying to sort of recover. And so I did snatch at it a bit. And when she said, do you want, I said, I have some water. She said, do you want sparkling? I thought, well, let's go mad.
Who la-di-da?
Oh, dear. Right, guys. Unless we've got anything more to say, we'll start saying our goodbyes. Anything else anyone wants to raise while we're on the round
Phoenix
table?
on Saturday.
Yeah, Phoenix. Right, first of all...
Are we all going Saturday?
I am.
Yes.
No. I'll be up tackle way playing. So nice windy pitch.
Who you got then?
Yeah, so we're playing tackle. I play for Wicklesham. Away to tackle, so it'll be a nice windy pitch up there. So hopefully not too cold. But yeah, no. Have fun. Think of me when you're all boozed up and I'm probably limping off.
At least you can still play, mate.
Yeah, no, I was saying last time I'm sort of hanging on as long as I can.
Yeah, don't stop. You're a long time not doing it.
After one sprint, I need a beer. I'm saying.
That's the only reason I play is for the post game beers.
Yeah, are they usually good with your boys? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm over Wicklesham. We've got we'll go to the Queen's Edge, which is nice.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's nice.
Nice about there. So yeah, nice.
Good touch. Yeah. Right then, chaps. Flat White Andy, Leon, Robbie, Mr. Smithie, thank you very much. And ciao for another week. Oh, and happy belated birthday for Smithie as well.
Thank you.
21 years old.
Birthday.
Robbie, love you.
Right, guys, take care. You have a nice evening.
Cheers,
Yeah, see you later.
That's it for another week, Use fans. Well, it's been a week with a little disappointment, but we've come back strong. Remember, if you want in on that fan roundtables or to give any feedback, just email us on hufcpod@gmail.com or on the Twitter, which is @hufcpodcast. We've got a YouTube channel, as you know, full of content. Please get over there and like, comment, but please subscribe. All that's left for me to say is, I've been your host, Chris Laverick. Hope you have a good week and see you at the game.